Okay, you think I'm going to nerd out and do the football nerdy thing about the NFL Combine, but we're going to choose to go a slightly different direction. We're going to talk about how weird things can get. We're going to talk about guys that go tinfoil hat on you. So if you're inclined to think, oh no, Jeff's going to do that nerdy football thing, that's not true. I'm going to actually put you in the position of making hiring decisions. I have no clue about that stuff, and I never want to hire anybody. But you are going to have to decide whether or not what this future employee has to say is going to affect your hiring. Think in those terms. The NFL Combine is a gathering of all things NFL. Deals are done. Money is made. Money is lost. New jobs are filled. Players are traded. Players are going to be cut. Players are going to be hired. And there are plenty of jobs that are won and lost during the NFL Combine time. Think of it as like a giant convention of football stuff where something actually happens. It's not the typical conventions most people are used to where you get liquored up at 4:30 and go to strip clubs or whatever you do when you go to conventions. They actually get some stuff done. I've said all week long that I think the Combine week or two is the most important time of the season because this is when rosters are built. It's pretty serious stuff. Everything football-wise goes down over the next couple of weeks. So rosters are built during this week for next year and for the next 3 to 5 years, to be honest. So it's also a big job fair, and you can think in those terms as well. So you got all this deal-making going on around it, then you got a big job fair. And here's where you all can relate, I think. It's the job interview process, and it really is. The 300, I can't remember what the exact number of players that are invited to the NFL Combine. They are the 350 or 61 or 81, whatever the total number is. Best players the NFL thinks are the best job applicants for NFL jobs. That's really what it is. And so they are gathered in one place at one time. Now, most of you only know the top, 8, 10, or 12. Everyone else from numbers, 40 to 380 are scratching and clawing to move up and make more money and win a job. So these are the 350 or 60 or whatever the number is, best job applicants gathered for intense job interviews. Everything is analyzed. And how a player performs, and this is important, and what he says can change a team, the future employer, completely. So you can relate to that. So many of you, you know how important it is to get it right when hiring. You know what it's, you have hiring people is, for some of you, the most important thing you do. I would want no part of that. But pro football is no different. Here's something I don't think people realize, that on any given team each year, maybe 3 to 5 at the most, typically around 3, but 3 to 5 I guess could be a stretch. 3 to 5 rookies will be on a roster the next season. That's it. There's not much turnover in the football business year to year. On your roster, your employee roster, the people you hire and fire. There's just not a heck of a lot of turnover. So you're investing a lot in these people that you're interviewing right now. There are not many jobs in pro football to be had. For a lot of these guys, this particular week of job interviews, it's everything. What they do and say matters a great deal. And if you were a prospective employer, you would relate as well. So that's the setup. I'm trying to set this up as the interview process, the job interview process, the hiring process. And any one of you that's been through it before, you can appreciate it. You are hiring. Okay? You are hiring. Put yourself in that role. Now remember, this is an expensive employee. This prospective employee, at bare minimum, if you hire them and then fire them, they don't make it to September, October. You hire them and fire them, it's going to cost you $350,000. Okay? You can expect, if you're going to hire one of these people, you can expect to spend $2 to $3 million at minimum on this employee. And I'm using a really, really low number. But on average, that's what you can expect to spend. So you better get it right. How do you react? Ready for it? You're thinking Ward's going to do some kind of nerdy football thing. You think Ward's going to talk about 40 times or some goofy thing like that? No, not at all. Not at all. No way. Not even close. How do you react, all of you, to a potential employee, an expensive potential employee, who decides to go public with his belief that the earth is flat and space isn't real? I know. Wait, what? Ward? What was that again? Okay. The earth is flat. Space isn't real. You can't make this up. Space isn't real is new to me. Now, I've never heard that before until, well, today. What a thing to trot out at your job interview. Okay, so the planets aren't real. Have any of you heard that before, by the way? You know, I've heard that now in the last 20 minutes, just people talking around here. I've heard, the earth is flat, space isn't real. What was this thing? Birds are... Fake. Thanks for that, Brandon. I never heard birds are fake until just a few minutes ago. Like, what the hell kind of acid are you guys doing around here? Birds aren't real. Oh, yeah, it's a thing, Jeff.
They're drones from the CIA, allegedly.
Okay.
I don't believe it, but people believe that.
Okay. Maybe the same dude who doesn't believe space exists?
Probably.
Like, what is he looking at? What are you looking at? Now, I want to bring this back a little bit here. I want you to appreciate how... Look, if you're okay with this, then we need to hear from you. If you're okay with this, if you are inclined to say, Jeff, you jerk, you don't get it. Okay. You know what I'm going to offer you? You get 35 seconds on each of those subjects to sell the rest of the audience in order. Birds are fake. Okay, I'm going to give you 30. Need more time? 45 seconds. You better get to the point, though. Birds aren't real. Space is fake and the earth is flat. That gives you 2 minutes of airtime to sell all of us on it with no interruptions whatsoever. 512-834-1027. I just told you I will not interrupt you. Now, when you're done, I'm going to call you an absolute jackass. But till then, you can do it. Pull it off, because this is new territory for me. I guess I don't travel in that space very often. The fake space, I guess. Okay, well, this knucklehead decides the job interview is the time to bring it up. I'm going to ask you again. You're hiring somebody. You're going to spend at least $500,000, upwards of $2 to $3 million, no matter what. And this future employee trots out. You just heard me. So how do you react? Now, remember, guys that go to the NFL Combine, this is the best 350 prospects. Most of them are from big-time college football programs, okay? Not all, but most. And they're used to being in interviews. They're used to being in news conferences. For the most part, they're used to interacting with the media. That's what makes this even more amazing to watch play out. But not only that, just about every guy, no matter, how high up you're going to go in the draft, likely to, further down, has been instructed by an agent to do a few things. One, put on a great show. And two, don't say stupid stuff. Don't be stupid. Just stay in your lane and keep your head down. They've been instructed, drilled into their head. This is not the time, young man, to be trotting out whatever. Don't get liquored up. Don't go find hookers. Don't do something stupid. Just keep your head down. This is your job interview. They've been instructed. So it makes it even more amazing. I would like you to meet Tyler Owens. It's a bad day for Texas Tech. Let me just tell you up front. This is not a good day. It's not a good look. You're probably going to have to deal with some jokes. It's just going to be the way it is. I don't know. Maybe in Lubbock the birds aren't real. Hell, I wouldn't live there. Maybe they have fake birds in Lubbock. Does space exist? So, maybe you're going to find that as an excuse. Look, Jeff, the dude's from Lubbock. What do you want him to say? Of course he believes birds are fake. They might as well be. All right, so meet Tyler Owens of Texas Tech. He's not a top pick, so what he says, you can decide. Again, you're hiring. What he says might hurt him more than an even higher pick. I think that's debatable. Would you care that Tyler, beyond laughing at him and all that stuff that I think some of us are going to do, or some of you are going to defend him, and I can't wait for your attempt. I can't wait. I'm excited for you. I wish you well. I really do. But does it matter that Tyler, the defensive back from Texas Tech, who I've not even seen among the top 10 at his position, so Tyler needs a good week. He needs a good interview. Does it matter that he's a flat earther, that he doesn't believe space exists, and I have no idea about the birds? Here's what's reported now. An NFL draft prospect offered an interesting theory when he revealed to the media he doesn't believe in space. I'm more excited about the bird. I can't wait to hear you tell us why what was it, Brandon? You said the birds are fake. What was that again? I'm sorry.
Well, from the amazing Isaac out there, he said during the Reagan administration, they killed off all the birds and then turned them into drones and spies.
We didn't have drones then, did we?
Maybe we did. Maybe alien technology helped us out in the 80s.
So the grackles aren't real?
Grackles are probably just computers. Have you heard them?
Yeah.
And what he said, I think he said they recharge on the power lines.
They recharge up there.
I can't even say it out loud.
It's like a power source. They grip on to.
Yeah,
okay,
that's your recharging station.
I like where this is
We've been
going.
doing this for years.
I like it. I'm almost on board, everyone. Just keep working at it. All right, so Tyler here. During a scouting combine and media availability, Texas Tech University defensive back Tyler Owens was asked by Bleacher Report's Brent Sobleski what he doesn't believe in. That's when the fifth-year senior shared his thoughts on life outside of Earth. All right, kids, you're in that position, job interview, but, you get a lot of weird questions. I think teams, I'll be honest with you, I think teams do it on purpose. I think they actually plant and want to plant bizarre questions just to see if you're a knucklehead publicly. I really do. They're investing a lot. And remember, when you go in the NFL and you make it, and very few make it, but you're representing one of these teams, the weirder you get, the more oxygen you suck up. You know that? And they don't want it. They don't want? They don't want some obscure defensive back sucking up the oxygen of the complex, talking about the flat earth. Aaron Rodgers can get away with it. I explain why. But this guy who's just going in the league, I'm not sure a team is going to really want every single interview, the media coming at crazy Tyler Owens so he can tell them birds are fake. And the space doesn't exist. The earth is flat. All right, so here's where he went, in case you didn't know this already. I don't believe in space, he tells the media. I don't think there are other planets and other stuff like that. No, he wasn't kidding. Don't do it. I know I know you want it to be a joke. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. He was serious. He says, I don't believe in space. I don't think there's other planets and other stuff like that. This is not a great moment for Texas Tech. You just got to get past it, move on. I don't know what the astronomy department is like over there. I guess it's fake too. Your astronomy department is fake. All right, so then he's not done. No. That screaming sound would be his agent just going, no, this isn't happening to me right now. He wasn't done there. So here he goes. He says, quote, I used to believe in the heliocentric thing. The heliocentric thing is really the widely accepted theory that planets revolve around the sun. He says, quote, but then I started seeing that flat earth stuff and I was like, this is interesting. They're bringing up valid points. I mean, I don't know. It's probably real. Okay. Oh. So, yep. The room started grumbling, and so here he is. You can't really hear him because the room is full of reporters, and I don't think anyone, had they known this kid was about to go where he did, the whole room would have been silent. Luckily for him, there's enough background noise so you can barely hear him, but just so you know, this is not being made up. Here he goes.
You guys are discussing that you don't believe in.
Nah, I don't believe in space. I'm like, I'm religious, so I think like we're in the wrong right now. I don't think there's like other planets and stuff like that. I don't know.
What led you to that point to believe that?
Well, like I thought you should believe in like the heliocentric thing, like he's wild around the sun and stuff. But then like I started seeing like flat Earth stuff. And I was like, that was just kind of interesting. And then they started bringing up valid points. So, I mean, I don't know. Could be real. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe in space. I don't think there's other planets and stuff like that. You know, some stuff. You know, planets and stuff. Sun and stuff and air. I used to believe in the heliocentric thing, he then said. But then I started seeing that flat Earth stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is interesting. They're bringing up valid points. Could be real. You're going to say, well, wait a minute, Jeff. Aaron Rodgers is a nutcase, anti-vaxxer, tinfoil hat-wearing buffoon. He even rolled out the idea 9/11 was an end. I mean, he went all in. He regularly goes all in, then he blames everyone else. You know, I didn't say that. No, he took it out of context. He does it like once a month. And you're going to say, well, he makes $100 million, so, you know, why would we worry about old Tyler here? Okay, reasonable comeback. Issue there is Aaron Rodgers is also a 4-time MVP and future Hall of Famer. Tyler has not played a single down. Tyler is interviewing for a job. Would it matter to you? And I'm being somewhat serious. Would it matter? Once you try to get past the jokes, and you don't need to, I'm fine with you making all the Lubbock jokes you want, all the fake bird jokes you want, I'm fine with it. But once you get past that, you'd have to ask yourself, anyone interested in him is going to sit down tonight, and they're going through all this stuff, and they evaluate everything. I mean, it's a lot of money, and they're going to say, but my God, is that the guy that talked about no space? Really? Do I have to now go and talk to this kid about no space? Does anyone in this room care? I mean, is it going to matter to us? And then I think they're going to have a debate. I mean, I'm not kidding. They're going to have a debate how much it matters that he is tinfoil hat nutcase. Or maybe you can just get him a map or something, a YouTube video, and say, Tyler, would you please watch this so we can move on? Would it matter to you? Would it matter in the hiring process? Would I care if I wanted to draft him? And again, I don't know. I know he's good. He's a good player. I don't know the whole landscape of who it is that, if I was a team, what I wanted exactly. But if he fit what I wanted somewhere in the draft, would I want to draft him? Would I care? You know what? Probably not. I don't know that it would sway me. I admit I would not be completely comfortable. I would still, if I really wanted him at the price, I would probably go ahead and draft him. I wouldn't tell him what he can't say because that's not cool, and you want to do that, and you're going to get some pushback from the Players Association, which is fine. But I would tell him, hey, look, we're interested, because this is what you do. It's a one-on-one interviewing process. You want to find out who it is you're hiring, just like any one of you would do it. Does his 40 time matter more than this? Yes. But I do think I would have to tell him, listen, if we draft you, you do know this is going to follow you now all the time. You do know this is where, kid, if you end up in New York, they're going to eat you alive. You do know that, except you're going to be with Aaron Rodgers, and he'll say it for you. So, but you would have to tell him, if you want to roll with this kid, go ahead. But we're just telling you now, it's going to define you publicly. And you're going to be asked all the time, and we're going to be asked as well. So what do you want to say about that? How are you going to handle this going forward? And he might turn around and say, you know what? Birds are fake. Space isn't real. And the earth is flat. What's your problem?